Guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a return to subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. I'm gonna jump right into this. This is crazy. This is a story out of Richland County, South Carolina. Shout out Richland County. And it's involving this guy right here. This guy is an animal, in my opinion. And what he did is not excusable. But for some odd reason, the justice system found favor in him. Guy you see up here is 24-year-old Timothy Yulness. This guy is charged with assault and battery of a high and aggravated nature and kidnapping. This guy, according to authorities, ladies and gentlemen, on August 2nd, around 6:30 a.m., a woman was riding her bike and this guy hit her with his vehicle. When he hit her with his vehicle, instead of getting out and rendering aid like most people, this animal decides he's going to get out, punch the woman in her face, place her in a chokehold, and attempt to kidnap her while she was on the ground, hurt from the initial car injury. Now this woman, they say he tried to drag her back to his vehicle. This woman managed to fight back and escape. I told you in other videos how you seeing now the kidnapping of human beings by other human beings. It used to be kids when we was younger. Nowadays it's like people will pick you like fruit off the street if it's something that you have that they want on your person or your person itself. This guy's 24 years old. They gave this guy $100,000 bond. He goes to jail and bonds back out. And they put him on an ankle monitor after him being charged for battery of a high and aggressive nature and kidnapping. And they put an ankle monitor on him and he bailed out of jail. Take a look at the story. The justice system ain't shit, like I said before. This is more proof of it.
Here in Richland County tonight, the sheriff warning residents of the release of a man who was arrested on charges of kidnapping a local woman. Our Shelley Garzone has the story. And we do want to warn you, some of the images you're about to see could be graphic.
In my eyes, she's a hero. She's somebody that, I think most women need to look at, that didn't give up and fought for her safety in her life. And, she's hurt, but she's alive.
This was the aftermath of a recent attack on a Columbia woman on Miles Road. Investigators say the victim was riding her bicycle when a vehicle hit her. The driver of the vehicle then turned around and came back to where she was lying in the road. According to deputies, the suspect, 24-year-old Timothy Yulness, got out of the vehicle and hit the woman in the face before placing her in a chokehold. They say he then tried to drag her into his vehicle, but the victim fought back and got away. He's a danger to our community. I would hope everybody in the Columbia area looks at his picture and recognizes who he is and understands that he's dangerous. Yulness was released on a $100,000 surety bond. He must also wear an ankle monitor, something the sheriff does not agree with. And that's one thing that we asked for when our investigators worked this case and talked to the judge who set the bond, is that he was a danger. We explained all of that, and we asked that he would be held with no bond. Unfortunately, $100,000 bond was set on him. He immediately got out. With many residents questioning how someone can be released after a crime of this nature, I sat down with attorney Jack Swerling to explain the factors of setting a bond.
Danger to the community and a risk of flight are the big factors. Prior record is a big factor, and the nature of the crime itself.
Swerling says the use of GPS ankle monitors has become more common to ensure someone released is staying in the area and away from victims.
The basis of the revocation of the bond is that when you sign a bond, you're agreeing to keep the peace. You're agreeing not to be rearrested. So if you get rearrested, there's a good chance that a judge is going to revoke your earlier bond, number one. Number two, there are certain crimes now, if you're out on bond for certain crimes and you get arrested for a list of other crimes, you're not entitled to bond at all. You're going to be staying in jail. There's no way to get bond.
The Sheriff's Department encourages the public to stay vigilant, always be aware of your surroundings, and travel in pairs.
If he does do this again, it's not on us. We did our job. We found him. We arrested him. The court system let him out. So that's on the court system.
Shelly Garzone, News 19, WLTX.
All right, guys, you've seen it. Story of this guy, Timothy Oldness, 24 years old. And they gave him bond for what he did. Fuck that lady up. Somebody's mom, somebody's sister, somebody's relative. Guy hit her in the car, right? Let me just begin by saying this. There's three things I'm going to talk about in this video. First thing is the fear of prosecution that a lot of people do. You know, when they wind up doing something or they make a mistake out here in society. You see people doing some of the craziest stuff, running off in car chases in which they kill somebody else in their effort to get away. Or kill themselves a lot of times in crashes. You see people hurting other people and then just running off and leaving them. We see a lot of hit and runs nowadays. This guy right here hit somebody, whether it was intentional or not. It's not explained in this situation. But instead of getting out and rendering aid like a normal, responsible human being, seeing somebody else in pain, this guy decides to go out and punch the girl in the face and then try to choke her out. Then after that, he goes to put her in his vehicle and she's out there fighting for her life. Once you look at that picture, man, she done got dragged on her knees or something where she took a pretty serious tumble or whatever. Her shirt's dirty, all this other stuff. Bad enough you sitting there seething from the wounds or from the pain that you dealing with from the initial accident. Now you got to like put that to the back burner and fight somebody that's trying to fight you after hurting you with their car. The justice system is stupid as hell, man. I don't see how he got a bond. And that goes back to what I say, you know, the second thing. We got a public danger dilemma out here where it's up to a stranger that's not there to decide if somebody's a public danger or not after hearing horrific details about somebody just riding their bike, almost lost their life, or who knows what could have happened if he got her in the car. But one thing's for sure, the person that did the shit didn't do the right thing and administer aid and call for help. Instead, he became a bigger part of the problem. This shit is crazy. You give, how is he not a danger to society for him to get bond? Then they said he bonded out. That brings me to the third question. Who the fuck got him out of jail? Seriously, who is bonding this type out at 24 years old, doing some of the most fucked up shit any human being knows not to do? Somebody bonded him out. Then they tell him, oh, you got to put an ankle monitor on. You're prohibited to having any contact with the victim. Back to what I say with the public danger. That right there is some public danger shit. I'm going to tell you why. Yeah, you did something. Like I told you, the justice system only seem like they want to say, oh, we did something, but doing a whole lot of nothing. This guy got an ankle monitor on. Will that stop him from hitting anybody in the car? No, because a lot of times the stipulation of the ankle monitor is stupid. Oh, I got to go to work. More than sure, he probably got a job. And he probably was on his way to work, because remember they said it was 6:30 in the morning when this happened. Strong possibility. I got to go back and forth to work. They going to let you work. You go right to work and you go right back. Okay, he hit this woman and fucked her up in a matter of minutes. How is the ankle monitor going to tell if he's out there doing it again? How's the ankle monitor going to stop him from hurting somebody else? Because that right there is some crazy shit. Regardless if you hit somebody or not, you got to stop and report it. You got to. But a lot of people right here, nowadays, they lack accountability and shit like this happens. I'm more than sure that woman's sense of security is all fucked up. She won't be biking in that area anytime soon or getting back on a bike. Either way, man, this shit is stupid as hell. Woman fucked up, probably still having nightmares about some stranger that came up and put her in the Cobra clutch and tried to choke her out like it's WWE wrestling after running her over with his car. And she got to deal with that fractured sense of security while this guy's out in the street. What you think about that? Nobody really gets real justice in the justice system. This guy should be locked up still, you know what I'm saying, and forced to go in front of the court and have his day in court that they promised him. And until then, his ass would just be sitting up in there. Because that right there, you just attacked the stranger that you came across in some type of interaction with, be it positive or negative, and you fucked them up. How are you not a public danger? She represent the public. Just hitting her with the car was one thing, but the other shit you did was dangerous too. And this is why people and crime is running rampant out here nowadays, because all these criminals are getting slaps in the wrist and caught up by the justice system. This guy committed a violent crime and he got bond for it. And it's a vicious crime at that. Make it make sense. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care.